Super Rugby round number 1, folks. There were some surprising results with some pretty decent upsets for some somewhat unfancied sides. Let's go through the 5 results at the week, plus the standings and the upcoming fixtures. You guys can let us know your thoughts on what you thought of round number 1. What was the game of the round for you? Game of the round for me was the opener, the Highlanders over the Crusaders. I don't say that just because the Crusaders lost. I genuinely found this one a pretty entertaining game. It's got a bit of drama at the finish. It did have too much drop ball and kind of uncharacteristic errors, but it's first game of the season, so you can kind of allow for some of that. I think if you go back and watch this one, you'll still be pretty thoroughly entertained. 3 tries to 2. The Highlanders outscored the Crusaders, but it's the Cameron Miller penalty that kind of takes the, that kind of one ice in the veins key moment, which is the certainly highlight worthy. But Tangitau getting a try, that guy's back to his flying best. Ta'avau on debut, and then the Jonah Lowe one was just so well worked. It was a really, really good watch. 2 tries for the Crusaders, Hotham and Will Jordan. Will Jordan was among many Crusaders bench players who came on and made a massive impact, but it was not enough for them, as I said, with that Miller penalty. But turnover kings, the Landers, man, they had 12 turnovers to the Crusaders 3. Sometimes they were camped in their own 22, having to defend for days, but they managed to hold them out and win turnovers. Crusaders bench, Will Jordan's probably the star of those guys. 3 line breaks, 6 defenders beaten and a try. Almost pushed it back. Once those guys get starting, you're pretty sure the Crusaders will get back to winning ways. But hey, that was a good start for Jamie Joseph's boys at the start of the season. And as I said, for mine, game of the week. Followed by the Waratahs and Reds on Friday. There's a late blitz in this game. I watched like the first 60 minutes before I went to bed because I had to get up a bit early the next day. But I missed the blitz of the Waratahs at the end. It was 17-12 for a long, long time. And then the Tars just blitzed them. Like 3 late tries. Bonus point win for the Waratahs with this one. There were some proper worldies in this one as well. Jorgensen still looks so good with his footwork and his speed. There was a good one from the Reds as well, where Joe Bryle, the loose forward, hoofs a ball forward for the old junkyard dog to outpace Charlie Gamble with, which was also pretty crazy. And you did see a dive over the ruck try denied in this game. I've seen a bunch of dive overs this weekend. Maybe I'm just thick, but I find it hard to distinguish when it's allowed and when it's not allowed. Is it based on the outcome? Yeah, I don't know. Like the Waratahs Reds one was disallowed. There was one disallowed in the Six Nations as well, but there was one allowed in one of the later games. Is it how it lands? Is it if you land on anybody? Is it if it's a ruck, if it's a tackle? Is it if it's dangerous? I don't know. Someone explain it to me because I'm, as I said, just a bit too thick. But yeah, Masatero tried to go for a dive over and was denied. Penalty count for the Reds is the killer in this one. 17 penalties conceded to 9. Way too many, including most of their forwards, especially the props. Saturday games, there's a big upset between the Drua and Moana, man. You got to give credit to Tana Umaga for getting the Moana boys in the hot conditions over in Fortress Lautoka. What fortress? Man, they flogged them. 40 points to 26. Moana had a 21-0 lead in this game, and they've been written off. They had so many players leave in the offseason. The Drua also had a handful, but Moana had certainly the biggest roster change, I think, in the offseason. But their forwards just went to work. 5 of their 6 tries are scored through the forwards, including a hat-trick to Miracle Whailangi. Goodness gracious me, they were industrious in their performance. The Drua did mount a bit of a comeback, including their captain, co-captain, Mayana Vanua, getting a try late on in the game, but that made it 33-26. That's about as close as the Drua got in this one. Moana had the last say. They both sides, 9 entries into the opponent's 22-meter area. It's just Moana were much more lethal in that red zone. Tupo Tailoa, if you're going to highlight individuals other than Whailangi, 18 tackles, 12 carries. He leads both categories for Moana Pasifika. So really, really busy outing from him. Blues Chiefs, man, my Blues got got beaten. This was a pretty hard watch. I wouldn't go back and watch this one. I don't say that just because the Blues lost, but it was a bit of a bad game to watch. Kind of ugly. 19-15, 5-all at half time. There's like a try to Vai, as I said, diving over 3 Blues would-be tacklers. And Sullivan got a pretty nice one for the Blues. But yeah, 5 apiece. Some pretty average kicking from the tee. Papali'i and Tokiaho both got proper forwards tries in the second half. But the Blues, I felt like kind of blew it. They had a penalty to put themselves in front. Had a maul down Chiefs' end. Mucked it up. And then the Chiefs went, did the business down the other end. Ratsama getting the late winner in that game. So Chiefs deserved winners in the end. Blues had the line breaks, but not able to convert. And the Chiefs, too clinical, 3 tries to 2. Deserved winners. Quinn Tupaia, 3 turnovers, 19 tackles, 3 defenders beaten. Solid shift from the Chiefs midfielder. And then last one, again, pretty hot conditions over in Perth. Brumbies Force. I only caught up on the second half highlights of this one. I watched the first part of it yesterday. Force went out to an early lead, 10 points to 0. It was all looking hunky-dory. But then the Brumbies went 4 unanswered tries, 2 before and 2 after halftime. So it was looking like a long road back. Franco Molina, the new signing, the new Pumas signing, got one from a kick, which was a pretty sweet one, worthy of a highlight as well in reply. But then as the Force scored 1, the Brumbies scored 2 more. Force scored another one. Brumbies scored 2 more. Charlie Cale was absolutely rampaging. How good is it to see that guy back, the big Lucy? He got 13 carries, 3 line breaks, 23 tackles, and 2 tries. Absolutely phenomenal. He would have been a great player in fantasy this week. So it is a big bonus point win for the Brumbies guys. Next week, Hurricanes, Moana, Pasifika. Hurricanes will get underway. We'll see if Moana can put 2 results together. The Waratahs against the Drua. The Drua do not travel well, and the Waratahs are coming off a big win. So one would think Waratahs, Highlanders, Chiefs will be a tasty one, seeing as both sides won in round number 1. Force Blues, both sides lost. That's a long trip for the Blues out to Perth. And then the Crusaders, Brumbies, 2 of the top sides with the Reds on the bye. Pretty good first round, I reckon. Highlanders, Crusaders, as I said, is the game for me. The Reds game against the Waratahs was a good watch with some pretty sweet tries. But yeah, you guys let us know your thoughts. Moana, Pasifika for mine, the surprise package of the round. Fingers crossed we get more unpredictable storylines this season. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.